welcome to Politics as usual. Uh, I'm I'm gonna make it my mission in the next couple weeks to find out what episode we on again, because I need to know when we like get like close to it. We might have did like episode 50 or some shit by now. It didn't take time to commemorate it, but anyways, I am here. Ronnie is here. Joey P is here. Fee will probably be joining us at some point. He is at work again, although he says he's not dealing with patients this time.
Bro, I'm trying to see it.
Wish we could be, having this episode on a more positive note. I'm sure unless you've been under a rock, hip hop and the black community at large lost a motherfucking legend.
You need the controller.
In DMX, Earl Simmons. One of the first albums I really listened to that dug into hip hop. It was 3 albums. It was the Marshall Mathers LP, 2001 by Dr. Dre, and then there was X. And those are like the first 3 albums I really dug into. And DMX is probably like the first rapper I remember. Like, it really connected with 12-year-old angsty me.
Yeah.
Angry for no reason me as a kid. But a Titan is gone. The world is worse for him not being here anymore, but we're better for all having experienced, his gift. But man, you Ronnie, give your thoughts, man. I know it's hard to give thoughts on something like this, but
yeah, man. Just like you said, he's a legend, one of the most unique MCs we've ever seen. And I think because of the latter half of his career, people forget. I mean, of course, we the conversation about giving people their flowers, we're doing that right now, but I still think people forget how truly big he was when he came out. Like how Rough Rider Anthem just like it really shut everything down when it came out. And for this man to drop 2 albums in the same year and they both go #1, you're never going to see that again. So DMX was a rare case of like just a pure street dude, but at the same time, your grandma is like, yeah, I like that rapper. So we're never gonna have like a mixture of like someone who is popular, but also like that real at the same time. And yeah, just his content and his and basically his connection with his spirituality like made him like a very unique MC, and like you say, it's a huge loss to the rap community, and one of my like top MCs of all time, definitely. So yeah, this is a huge loss.
Joe, what you got, man?
Man, obviously, same thing Ronnie said, extreme loss. But once I got the news, obviously it was at work because it happened early in the morning. But the first thing I went to was, where was I when I first heard DMX? And so that's immediately what I went to. So I remember specifically being in Massachusetts with my cousin Mindy. She is who introduced me to DMX, because it was me, my cousin Matthew, and my sister Jocelyn. We got in the car. She was taking us downtown, and Damon came on. And I'm like, what is this? Like, I'm a young kid. I have no idea what this is. I've never heard him. And you just start listening to the words into the song. I'm thinking, and I think he says it in the song. He's just like, yo, it's like, oh, you got a friend that's like Chucky. And I'm like, oh, we finally got like a black serial killer. Like I thought it was going to be like a movie. And so she was like, you never heard this before. And so she went from Damon, and then she went to X is Coming For You. X is Coming For You comes before Damon, the song anyway. But it was like, she went back and played it. And it was like, 1, 2, X coming for you. 3, 4. And I'm just like, this is the scariest shit in the world. Like, what is going on? But in my mind, I'm a kid. I'm keep thinking, I'm like, okay, this is probably like a soundtrack. This is a movie. Like this is probably just, a song off the soundtrack to the movie that they're gonna make of like some black doll serial killer like about to come and like just hunt us down. And it was just like, nah, that's just Dark Man X. Like, but his range is so vast that he can give you something like that, but then he can give you like a party up and just have you jumping all around the goddamn place. And then he'll give you like some slipping shit to have you like, oh, bruh, I'm gonna like. I haven't listened to Slipping today because I
I
know what
can't.
it's gonna do to me. Exactly. I haven't listened to Slipping today, and I haven't listened to any of the prayers because I know what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I didn't. Slipping is probably the one joint of his that I didn't go back and listen to. Because I got the Slipping unedited in my library. So, it's that raw emotion. I knew like listening to that today would be like, nah. But like just to talk about how big DMX was, only rapper, and I think the only artist in music history to have his first 5 full-length releases go number 1. Only one.
It's unheard of.
And he was
crazy.
a few hundred shy of having 6. It's like people, I think a lot of kids today, you got the trolls that come out, oh no, everybody's DMX fan. It's like, man, the video of Woodstock 98 or 99 should tell you all that you need to know, where he's on stage and it looks like there's 20 million people in the audience, and you got white people in circle pits, mosh pits, fighting each other, crowd surfing, and they're all like, the DJ cuts the music out and they're all in unison rapping along with DMX to Rough Riders Anthem. Yeah, like it was like he was the biggest artist in hip hop at one point in time. To have 3 albums come out in 18 months that all went number 1 is unheard of. And we're not talking about like 10, 12 track albums. You like 18, 19 songs a piece, 18, 19 tracks a pop.
He definitely ain't gonna shortchange you.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you got your money's worth with those albums. Yeah.
Every single bit of your money's worth with them. Like what? And this isn't tangentially like it's because of DMX. Like I was in. It's when I still lived in Birmingham, and we were in this karaoke bar on 280 called Stars, and there was this white dude trying to do Party Up, and he was fucking it up. Like he was fucking the lyrics up, and I was drunk as hell. This night is funny for a different reason, but I was drunk as shit. So I'm out with my coworker, and something in me was like, "Go save this man." So I get up from my table, walk on stage, and take the mic from him in the middle of the chorus after the first verse, and start doing the song and finish it off for him, and then like hand him the mic and just get off the stage like nothing had happened. And so later on that evening, I went to the bathroom and saw a dude, and he was actually with a former coworker of mine. And I saw him. I was like, "Yo, dude, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't embarrass you with that. But that's one of my favorite songs. And you looked like you were struggling." And I knew the words, so I was like, "Nah, I'm finna." He was like, "No, dude, thank you, because I was really finna fuck that up." And you like tore the place up, and it was like a couple people bought me drinks afterwards. But like yeah, that's power of DMX. That like a random white dude would in the middle of in the suburbs of Birmingham, Alabama, would try to do Party Up at a karaoke bar where I'm the only black dude in there, and everybody in there knew the words, and people was mad at him for fucking that song up because people really fuck with DMX like that. Like the man is a one of one. Like we
yeah, truly, like just like you said, like people of like, all right, so he had so many different communities that he pulled in as fans, because like what other like hardcore like New York rapper would have like Marilyn Manson on his album? So he pulled those fans in. Like and I retweeted today he was riding a ATV in a Sum 41 video. Yeah, so all of
randomly
these people,
in a Sum 41 video. Like
and just like you said, play Party Up anywhere and people know it anywhere. So yeah, he was like beloved by so many, and yeah, it's a huge loss, man.
Yeah, huge loss. Like it's I think the one common thing I'm seeing is people happy that he's at peace, because like there's since his prognosis and him being in the hospital came out, a lot of interviews have been out about like his childhood and like how he had such a crazy and jacked up childhood, and people now feeling like he's finally at peace. And like there was the Drink Champs interview where he said which aired in February, where he said if he died today, he felt like he lived a good life. And it's like to see where he come from and where he ended up, and for people to feel like he's at peace, I think that there's a little bit of solace in that for someone who's life was so turbulent, literally the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. You can contrast that Woodstock 99 thing with, him as a teenager roaming the streets, looking for food and befriending stray dogs to get away from his mama abusing him. Like, the contrast of that is crazy. But, I really do think that it's good that so many people are sharing fond memories of him. And even the trolling today has been at a minimum, which is wonderful.
As it should be.
As it should be. And just to continue with that, like it's crazy because this man, like every single time he picked up a microphone, he gave us his all. But I remember this MTV interview where he said the worst thing that happened for him was becoming rich and famous, because they gave him more money, and he was and unfortunately, like, his coping mechanism was like very like toxic because his many addictions, and he said that just allowed him to do more of that. So it's the same talents that that he gave to us that made us fans is what further him down that path. And it's bittersweet, it's tragic, but like I'm happy for everything that he's given us. Like his music's gonna last on forever. And I just say all of that to say, like, I think you could, like, just from the Drink Champs interview, like, you could tell he was reaching a place like you know what, I like my legacy is here. Like, my legacy is already done. Like, it is what it is. It's not going to change. And I think he knew that. And as long as he knew, like, that he has his legacy with us, and he's like this great figure to us, like, as long as he passed, like, knowing that, like that does make the situation better. Because like no exaggeration, like, he is truly a legend. And like I said, I'm from the South, and I remember when that first album dropped, and you popped it in, and you hear My Niggas, and like you just looking around like, what is this? Like, this is an intro. So yeah, man, he's truly a legend, and yeah, like I said, that legacy lives on forever.
Yeah, now to switch gears a little bit, because last night a lot of people were prematurely saying rest in peace.
Correct.
And I said, I one of the things I said was, yo, man, like, so I'm gonna share a story. In October 2015, one of my best friends in the world passed away from cancer. I found out from a social media post. And I had been keeping up with one of our other good friends from high school, like, leading up to his condition. I mean, he got cancer a year after we graduated from high school. So this is 10 years now of him fighting this. And the few months prior, I lost my job, and he had just hit me up, was like, yo, what's good? Told me what was going on. And, let me know that, the doctors were saying his prognosis was bleak, but, he was fighting it. I was like, well, yo, what you need from me? He was like, man, I just need somebody to talk to. I was like, well, dude, I ain't working right now anyway, so fuck it. So we would text like every single day. As I got working again, we didn't text as much, but, we still talked like once or twice a week. And so when one of our other friends from high school hit me up and was like, yo, it's bad, like, they're putting him in hospice, all this other stuff, I would text him every now and then. He was depressed. He didn't want to talk on the phone, but I remember logging on to Facebook and seeing a distant cousin of his post that he had passed. And I'm immediately like, fuck. So I go text our other friend like, yo, I hate to even ask you this, but like, what happens? He didn't get back to me for like 10 minutes. And the 10 minutes between me reading that post and me getting the confirmation text message was grueling. I say that to say I cannot fathom what someone who was close to DMX that may not be able to get immediate updates on his condition is feeling when they log into social media for a break and see a bunch of people prematurely saying that he passed away, only to find out that he didn't pass away, and that they were going to have to relive every single emotion that just went through their brain, because it's coming. Yeah. And I cannot fathom how I would have felt if I had read that post, text my mans, and my mans was like, nah, he's still here. Because that sent me on a roller coaster of emotions. In my case, it happened to be true, but I cannot fathom having to have gone through that again, because that's not a feeling that you want to have. So I say all that to say, man, like, we all love these people. They've touched our lives. But remember that there's people that actually know them. We don't know them. We feel like we know them, especially in the case of DMX, because he put so much of his soul and his pain and his life into his music. But we don't know that man. 15 people lost a father yesterday. People lost a brother. People lost a friend. People lost a comrade. That video of Steve Rifkin having to debunk the story of him dying, like you can tell he's choking back tears because he's like, I shouldn't even have to say this shit, but I'm saying it. Don't put people who are close to someone in a position because you want to rush to say rest in peace. Like, what harm does it take for you to wait for the family to put something out, to say something before you go and start posting all this stuff? Because when I looked at it, I usually don't look at what's trending, but I just happened to open my phone and saw 60,000 tweets RIP DMX, and I'm like, what?
Yep.
And I go looking and I see it's from Lunel of all people.
Bro, Lunel.
That's who we're believing. We're believing Lunel, the fucking comedian. Nobody, no reputable outlet has posted this, nothing. And y'all just run with it out the gate. So I just put it, it brought me back to that moment 5.5 years ago, reading that Facebook post and hoping that it wasn't true, to just imagining how the people close to him had to feel, knowing that they had to go through those emotions and then re-experience them today because people couldn't wait for a verified outlet just because they wanted to get a rest in peace post out that man will never see. Like it can wait, man. It can wait. It can wait. That's why I wanted to share that story, because you don't know what your little simple post that you think is harmless. You don't know what the flood of emotions that can send somebody through, and that's just torture. I can't imagine how the people close to him had to feel last night, and then to have to relive those emotions this morning, all because y'all couldn't wait to verify something, and let the family have their time. That's why I'm so glad that MF Doom's family got all those months to grieve when we found out that man was gone.
Exactly.
It is incredible that everyone close to him kept that quiet for as long as they did, and that none of us knew about it. And his wife and his children had the chance to grieve the way they need to grieve before they put that out there, because people are so in a rush to let it be known that they have some thought on the situation, as opposed to just sitting back and waiting a few minutes to make sure that it occurred. I wasn't going to say nothing on that until I saw something from that man's family, because they deserve the right to break that news to us, not TMZ, not CNN, not Lunel, not fucking Lunel.
I mean, it's in a sense, like it's not funny, but it's funny because like it just shows you that people feel like they're, what am I trying to say? People feel like they have the right to know, and then like okay, like just like you said, you have to release this. Like now he meant a lot to us, but the time comes where you just have to release it and just say, like, okay, this man had a family. When the family is ready, they'll let us know. Like all the other shit is pretty goofy. So you just have to release that. Like don't even do that. Like why are you even doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then her follow-up post was even goofier. Like why? Like what do you? Like,
well,
no, just say
he's not
just
dead,
say I messed up.
But to me, his quality of life is gone, so he's dead. Bitch, that don't give you the fucking right to do that.
Just say you messed up. Just say my bad.
Yeah, my fault. That's like the time Joe Budden killed Eddie Murphy on Twitter.
Wait, what?
Yeah, man.
Joe Budden fell victim to one of those fake news articles that Eddie Murphy had died, and then he's tweeting it, and everyone's like, "What?" And he's like, "Nah, man, my mom's family knows his family, and they got a phone call, and they're like, what? Like, no, like he's alive." So Eddie Murphy had to like come on, like, "Nah, I'm alive." Like why? Like that, and this was like 8 years ago or some shit. This is before people like cared about it. This was back when niggas was like, "Shut up, pump it up." Like, like back then, it's just like, yo, man, like don't do that. Don't do.
Yeah, didn't that happen to some famous basketball? Maybe it was like Kareem, but he was like, I was just sleeping on the couch and somebody knocked on my door. It's like, "Hey man, are you dead?" No, maybe it wasn't Kareem. Maybe it was like Robert Ory or something. Like, but no, people.
No, it
was
was
like,
it was Rick Fox in the
Rick Fox
with the Kobe shit.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, they did say that he was dead in that.
Yeah.
Oh, they say he was in the copter with her. I remember that now.
Yeah. Like all you niggas thirst to break some damn news.
And the way it started was like someone was like, "Oh, I think Rick Fox was on the helicopter," and people just ran off with it. So I say, just wait. Like waiting won't kill you.
Like
Like,
wait.
just wait.
You can wait a couple days, a couple hours, whatever, to get that thought off. The world does not need your take on what celebrity just passed. You're not that important. You didn't know them.
Nah, bro. They all think they important. They gotta be first.
Exactly. Got to be first.
Exactly. We welcome him in. Welcoming in Fee, who is roaming the halls of the hospital. What's good, my brother?
Do you house it?
Can you hear us?
All right.
What's good people?
What are your you got any reflections or thoughts or anything you want to share about the passing of Darkman X?
Oh no, I just came on to pay my respects to the man X. That's all. I don't have no like uplifting stories about the fella. I will say he's probably one of the, like with the Rough Riders Volume 1 and then there was X. It's probably one of the first like rappers that I really got into for real.
Mm-hmm.
Fee can tell you we shared a room. We were living in Warren, Ohio, with our father, and I used to run. And then there was X, the Marshall Mathers LP, and Chronic 2001, all the damn time. All the damn time. Whenever I had control of the boombox, those were the CDs I was popping in. Joe, you muted.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm over.
Oh, okay. I
I was
talking to us.
I was trying to have a conversation with Rick downstairs, so I just muted because she asking me nutty ass questions.
Oh,
while this shit was going on, bro.
I thought you was looking at us, so I thought.
You good, man.
My bad.
No, you good. But yeah, man, rest in peace to the Dark Man. You know, prayers up to his loved ones. May they find some peace and comfort during this time. You know, I ain't really got much more to add than that.
Yeah, let me get this off quickly. So all of the cool, like this is on a much more positive note. So all the cool stories that are coming out about DMX, about the person he is and his legend. There was I think Murder Mook was on Drink Champs too. But anyway, he told a story where a very young DMX was a battle rapper, and people used to go out and see him. He said DMX had his dog on a chain. He said he trained the dog to do ad libs as he was freestyling. So he was like, my dog gonna bite, and then the dog just like.
I believe it,
dog.
But tell me that wouldn't be
amazing.
Hard, bro. Like,
man,
if you battling that man, and then like he already clearly is going in, bro, and then like he got this dog going off with him. Like, y'all remember Conceited Hype, man, but you got a dog that's doing it, bro. Oh yeah, bro.
Hey, listen, man. If I show up to the battle and your dog is doing it, I'm leaving. Because number one, I can't win.
What can you do against that?
I can't win against that. But number two, like what else is the dog trained to do?
Exactly.
Oh my god!
Like if you can train this dog to do ad libs for you while you giving me bars, if I say something too foul, that dog might bite me. Nigga, no. I show up to the battle. There's a dog there. Listen. Whatever we put up, you can have it.
Like, please. Like, no, I forfeit. Like, no.
Hey, just take my money, bro.
You put more into this than I ever thought to.
I am clearly unprepared here. Like, nah, we not doing this today.
Man.
See, now I done had a fucked up thought. Like, what would have happened if Sirius Jones or Jin would have been involved with DMX in the dog battle?
Nah.
Bro. Yeah, nah, bro.
Nah.
But while we were talking, D said Fee making his rounds while paying his respects. We do it for the people. 1000% true.
Now he on the rooftop.
Hey, he on the rooftop. Rooftop because we was talking about battle.
Nah.
Loser got to jump.
Nah, it's a nice day. I will say that.
Yeah, nice view.
Be out there on the street.
That's because you ain't Cali, man.
On the roof.
Yeah.
But nah, I ain't on the
Oh man. But one of the other topics that we had was Joe, did you listen to that album?
I did, man.
All right, if I had known Fee was gonna be on here, I'd have told him to listen to it. But the 5-year anniversary of one of me and Ronnie's favorite albums, Ology by a young man named Gallant, who also dropped his fourth project, Neptune, which features me and Fee's cousin, Aaron Ray, as well as Brandy. But give you a little backstory. Back in 2016, before I was an official member of the blog, I used to help Ronnie with superhero movie posts. And one day on the timeline, I don't remember what the hell me or Ronnie was, what I was talking about, but because neither of those accounts that we were on exist anymore. But somehow Ronnie brings up Gallant. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And Ronnie's like, hey, he made the album everybody thought Frank Ocean was gonna make. Me, a big nostalgia ultra truther, I was like, oh, word? I need to go listen to this. And Ryan's like, just listen to Bourbon, and if you like that, listen to the album. So I listened to Bourbon, and I'm like, damn, this shit is fire. So I went and listened to it, and I'm like, oh my God. But that was 5 years ago. I've been a fan since. That probably is one of my favorite albums ever now. And in my humble opinion, well, I'll get into my opinion about what it is later. But Joe, you've got fresh ears. Before me and Ronnie gush on this album, what did you think about it upon first listen?
Oh yeah, man. Let me start by saying I am a feature whore, so Janae Aiko on it, and that was literally the first one I went to. So that's where I started. I probably wasn't supposed to do it there because I know how AJ is, and he like, nah, man, you gotta listen to it in order because it's a metaphor for when George Washington went to the moon and tried to sell collard greens to the mole people. And so it's like, all right.
Not on this album.
But after I got through the features, because I seen Janae Aiko on it, then I saw Black on it. And I love Black. I finally started from the beginning. So yeah, it's good to know that you guys are gonna gush on this because I don't feel the same. So let me go ahead.
No, by all means, speak on it.
It's fine. We like different opinions.
No, speak on it.
No worries. I'm always gonna give my opinion.
Yeah,
but nah, all right. So from track 1 to Talking to Myself, I like the futuristic sounds, and I kind of see what he's trying to do with it, and evolve from the past of like just regular like R&B. Like I get that, I like it. And then when you bring up the Frank Ocean thing of the album that Frank Ocean was supposed to make, I get that. So I was like, okay, I like that. But with Shotgun, Bourbon, and then Bone and Tissue after that, I don't think that was a good place to start. It throws me off. Like he's trying to do too much. At least with Talking to Myself. I think it put that first song probably after, which one is it? Probably put it after Counting, because with Counting, it has that futuristic bop too, and then you can, with Counting, you can ease me into what he's trying to do on that very first song. Like initially going into that is way too fucking much, and then you got, like I said, Shotgun, Bourbon, and they're all regular, normal, like to the casual fan, they're all regular, normal R&B songs. It don't fit. It doesn't flow, in my opinion. Once again, I try to listen to start to finish. Maybe it's gonna tell me a story. I hope, but I'm going back and forth right now. I really do actually like the Shotgun song. I really, really like that. And to a casual fan, that's probably where I would be like, hey, you've never heard of this person? Start here, because it's normal and has a bop to it. It's not overly complicated, especially if you don't know like melodies and like instruments, and like if you want something to play in the background. It's a great place to start. That's it. Those three, he gets into his bag, and I'm like, all right, I like this. And it sounds like he's trying to make at least what I call stadium music, stuff that you can like if you have a sound system, it sounds great because his voice is amazing. Like I definitely give you that. Like to me, he's on that tier of individuals that just have those big boisterous voices. So like Ariana Grande, Mariah Carey, Adele, those individuals. And so I like that. But yeah. And then let's see, Wait and Go, that shit dirt. Episode, that shit dirt.
Oh my.
Hold on, wait. Episode ain't dirt, but like the words is great, but like I love the ending of episode, but like because he starts going into that, hey man, like the bridge and it ends well. But yeah, nah, that shit dirt. I'm not gonna. I can't pronounce this. What is it? The Miyazaki.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that, especially for the little sample he threw into it. I love that.
The groove
Tell me groove theory. Yeah.
There you go. I love it for that. Like, all right, cool. I like counting. I already talked about that. Percocet, that shit dirt. Jupiter, that shit dirt. Or
Jupiter.
What? Yeah, Jupiter dirt. Like I'm sorry. Jupiter could be better. But because once again, Jupiter could be better because I like his voice. Like his voice is amazing on it. But like the melody.
That's his best vocal performance on the album, in my opinion. Jupiter.
I understand that.
But go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
But the melodies, it make it whack. That shit dirt. I am very disappointed with the Skipping Stones and the Chandra. So Skipping Stones, I'm like, when he comes in, I'm like, all right, Janae should be able to rock this. And they don't. Once again, he gives another. Yeah, exactly. To me, it's a stadium music song. I'm like, all right, maybe she gonna be able to like give me like some vocals or something. She does nothing. She does her normal thing, and it was like, nah. It sounds like she should be on the Chandra one with that Black is on, because Black don't even do nothing on his shit. So that shit dirt too, and that's like disappointing. Like, y'all can go ahead and gush on this album on a scale of 1 to 10. Yeah, I get this shit like a 4. Like his vocal performance is amazing on it. Like I definitely give you that. I'm not gonna criticize his vocal skills, but this shit dirt. Like I'm good, bro. I'm good.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say one of the main reasons why Joe being on here is such an interesting match is because like, whereas my brother is like he'll kind of lean into a lot of the stuff. I know Joe, if he don't fuck with something, he's just gonna be like, nah, that shit dirt. And that this to me is an album that I feel like is, to me, I haven't heard a better. So I phrased it to you saying R&B. It's really more alternative R&B. It's not like mainstream R&B. Like it's kind of left of that. Particularly what R&B has been like post Confessions. It's definitely, which I'm honestly shocked you didn't pick up on the Usher thing, because he's like a huge Usher stan and models his vocal performance after Usher in a lot of ways. But
he can sing. I give him that.
But I appreciate honesty is key. That is why Joe is here, because things that Joe loves as D is like, weight and gold is what?
that shit dirt.
Joe, Jupiter is probably my favorite song of all time, and I'm not even bullshit.
No, but his vocal performance on it is fucking amazing. It's just the melody. He trying to do too much. It's like, nah, bro.
but no, okay. So all
right, Roddy, get to your shit, man.
No. But I'm gonna give Joe credit, because when a lot of people say like something's trash or I don't like it, it's simple. No, well, that's what I'm trying to say. When somebody says something's trash, it's typically because they don't like it. I like people to like stand on their opinion. So what you just explained, like I can, like, although I vehemently disagree, like I can fuck with that, like, because you gave a perfect explanation. I do the Janae Aiko, like AJ and I, we really don't like Skipping Stones. So a lot of the things you said, like, I'm like, okay, I can see it, but in my opinion, he is obviously like he's a descendant of people like Usher, but he and this is what I like to say when like people aren't monolithic. Like I'm glad that he is able to be the artist that he wants to be because he's obviously influenced by like anime, weird movies, like all of his stuff has like cosmic themes. So I'm actually because he does a lot of his own writing, and that's where we're missing in R&B and just music in general. Like a lot of R&B artists, they don't really have the pen behind their voice, but I really, really, really like his lyrics. Like for instance, "Bone and Tissue." Like I think it has like the dopest hook. Like he's asking this woman, like, "Am I more than just a monument of bone and tissue?" And then when he goes a cappella at the end, just that's what sold me. So to hear like these like almost weird like nonsensical lyrics with like that type of vocal performance instantly made me a fan because I was like, this is different. This is something that we don't have right now.
The man starts off a verse in Bourbon with "I'm a tritone Bible with misprint logic," and it's like,
oh yeah,
what does that mean? I don't know, but I fucks with
bro.
it. That's what I'm saying,
bro. But so I thought about that, like I said, the little metaphor of like him being on the moon, George Washington shit. But like I hadn't heard Bourbon yet, and so, but it like to me, it seems like it goes with like my points. Like it's like, and then even for like his new album, I guess if they're marketing on Spotify or whatever, like when they you know they give the description of it, it talks about how he's not human and he's not from this world and all that type of shit. So I was like, I can understand and get that vibe.
It's not for you.
Yeah.
It's abstract as fuck.
Yeah. And I think that's what he's doing with the new project. He's trying to strike a balance between like, okay, like I recognize I'm hella weird because he's very self-aware. He's like, I recognize I'm hella weird. So let me give you some because "Come Back" is like a genuine song basically. So he was like, let me give you this throwback R&B, but still like remain in the middle without like going over too much in either way. Like "Relapse" is instantly one of my favorite songs that he's ever put out. "Relapse" is absolutely fire, and it's like more of a traditional R&B song. But I will say that's why I love Ology, and it holds a special place to me because like as far as like R&B goes, like I've never heard anything that truly sounds like that. Like I said, I think it's kind of what Frank Ocean was going for, but and this is an opinion I stand on, but I think Frank Ocean reached the like limitations of like basically shit he had to talk about. So that's why like his latter projects fizzled out to me. So, but I feel like this is an extension of that, and this like it should pave a new way for that alternative leaning R&B, and that's what I want to hear more of. So when I heard this album, I was like, I didn't even know what I was like looking for like until I heard this album. So it's like perfect for me.
Yeah, like Joe, I think from what you're saying, like you didn't like the melodies and the bop and the you would probably like Sweet Insomnia more because Sweet Insomnia is a more mainstream project. It has a lot more like the bass is hitting harder, the drums are hitting harder. It's got like a definite bop to it. A lot of this shit, like outside of Miyazaki, is straight abstract. Like Miyazaki is probably the only song that has like a real groove to it, like a in the pocket straight up groove on it. Everything else is kind of like you can kind of get in the groove, but then like it breaks out and it goes left. Like right when you think you're
even goes left up at the end. Like
like I forget which one it is, but there's one where I want to say it might be Episode, but please tell me if I'm wrong. But at the end, like it starts going in, and then like the bass start hitting. It was like, oh shit, like okay, like the transition is good, and then the next song comes on, and it's nothing like what you like. It's nothing what you just hit me with at the end of that. Like I was thinking once again, hey, this is gonna tell me a story. It's gonna transition well, and it never came through. And it's like, well, what the hell? I also wanted to say I remember what it was. I don't like the hook on Episode. Like I say, on there vocally, it's great. I don't like the fucking hook. Like
he's and this is like this isn't like To Pimp a Butterfly. He's not on a scale of 1 to Gnarls Barkley, where are we with this out? So okay, so Fee knows what I'm about to say. Me and Fee are both the same personality type. We're both INTPs. Gallant is an INTP. That's why he's like into so much abstract weird shit. Fee would probably fuck with this album. I know he would fuck with Sweet Insomnia, but he would probably fuck with this album. But Sweet Insomnia is definitely more mainstream, and is D saying she prefers Sweet Insomnia. Weight in Gold is the only reason that she revisits Ology. So I think that, you know, Sweet Insomnia, Joe, you're not gonna like Weight in Gold.
You're not gonna like Weight in Gold.
It's not that, like, because to me, like, there's shit that I love. Like, I love the churchy drum break in Jupiter. Like where it just builds and it builds and you just get that drum breakdown, and it's reminiscent to me of church. When that guitar solo starts hitting, he just goes like off the fucking rails with the falsetto. But like to me, the like a song like Episode, he's like comes out and hits you with this crazy falsetto from the get-go. Like he's not even hitting you with his just regular tenor vocals. He's coming right at you with this high level falsetto. And for me, it took me when I heard that song, this and Malibu were probably the two albums that I listened to a fuck ton in 2016 when I was at work. I would just put them on and listen to them. And it probably took me a minute to, like, once all the abstractness wore off, to actually dig into it, because it's so different sonically. It's hitting you with a bunch of left turns all the time. And it took me a minute to like realize that Episode, that nigga just singing about an argument. Is it worth the episode?
Yes.
Is me walking through the door alone worth you yelling at me tonight? It might be, it might not be. That's what, and you're like, nigga, what? It took the reason why I wanted Jupiter is one of my favorite songs ever. Not to get too personal, but what I was going through at the time, you know, going through a divorce and a separation, Jupiter hit me because I finally got what the fuck he was singing about. I was just sitting at home one day listening to it, and he's singing about waiting too long to show someone that you love them, which is something that I can relate to. But the first time you're listening to Jupiter, you're not, he comes out with diamonds on a silver platter weren't enough. And that's if you can make out what he's saying. Because you can kind of take, like, the way he sings sometimes, he doesn't always enunciate things. So it can take a minute to, and what is it? Diamonds on the silver platter weren't enough. And you thought about each cigarette you burned for love. And it's like, what? So many others tried to crack your heart. The weak defenses are the only thing you've got. So I was blamed. And it doesn't seem like much until, like, when you dig into it, it's like, oh damn, he's actually talking about something, but he just phrases shit in a.
That's what I'm saying. His pen game is elite.
It's like, it's either gonna hit you or it's not. That's kind of the way I feel with him. It's either gonna hit you or it isn't. I don't think, like, if you can get past the way the sound is to dig into what he's talking about, you'll appreciate it. But if that sound doesn't grab you right when it's there, then you're not gonna fuck with it. So I totally understand and get why it's not. It's not fair. Like, I have friends who have, like, we have Chuck is a good example of this. More misses than hits with me for him so far, but Wait and Go was fire. Haven't Pete Neptune yet. Me and Chuck have very similar musical tastes, and he's someone who, like, doesn't fuck with him. I don't think that, like, we're not here saying Gallant should be, like, super famous. Like, I don't suggest him to people unless, like, I think you'll like it.
Like, if I know you'll like
this,
it,
where it's like, all right, Joe, we're gonna be talking about this. So rather than you sitting here for 40 minutes going, what the fuck are y'all niggas talking about? Like, you can listen to it and give your opinion on the shit. Like,
which I appreciate.
Yeah, like, I don't suggest this shit to anybody. Like, I got to think that you'll really dig this dude for me to, like, suggest him. It's kind of like when I was a big fan of Joe Budden. I didn't suggest people listen to Joe Budden.
Thank God.
Like, why do I want you to be depressed with me? I listen to this shit because it does something for me, but I'm not going to suggest that you listen to it for what reason? So, like, I think with him, he ran into this space Yeah, nah, D's right. Celine is fire.
Mhm.
And Celine is also crazy falsetto, Joe. But and here's why I think you'll like Sweet Insomnia more. All the music is more stripped back. Like it doesn't have the big grandiose strings and the pads and the synths, and it's not this wall of noise coming at you. Like the first song on there is the first single is what was the first single? Sharpest Edges.
Yeah, Sharpest Edges.
And it just comes out with this little bass. It goes doom doom, and like it's go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was about to say, Joe, like since you say you listen to stuff out of order, let me issue you like basically a challenge. Instead of listening to Sweet Insomnia next, listen to Neptune. Because Sweet Insomnia still has some of that abstract stuff and it still might be off-putting, but Neptune is going to be like a palate cleanser for you. It's only 8 tracks. It's like pure R&B. Listen to Neptune. Listen to Sweet Insomnia, then go back and listen to Ology, and I think you'll hear like the progression of what he's doing. So work backwards, and like I said, Neptune's only 8 tracks, and I feel like it has some of his strongest tracks on there. Like the last 2 songs on there, last 3 actually, in my opinion, like that. Like AJ will tell you, I'm a fan of like runs. Like you gotta give me a strong opening track, a strong closing track, but you got to have a good like 3-song run in there. Like that's when I know you have a strong project. And he closes with 3 very strong songs. So I think you're really like Neptune.
Yeah, I mean he's got a song with Brandy on there.
Yeah, yeah.
Which album is the one that y'all is Relapse on that you was talking about?
That's
Neptune. That's the final track on Neptune. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if you don't mess with Relapse, then he's probably just not for you, because I think Relapse is one of his top 3 songs.
Knowing Joe, I think Joe will probably fuck with Comeback more than Relapse.
Yeah, okay.
Because Comeback is like a straight 2000s R&B record.
Yeah,
like it's like a Usher and Genuine song from 2001 had a baby, kind of. And he's singing about like, now the lyrics in the verses are still a little abstract, but again it's more grounded production wise. Chuck said the Sweet Insomnia song is what sold him on Gallant. And Sweet Insomnia is a song featuring Black as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's weird because
Black needs some redemption after the shit I heard, bro.
Because I was about to say it's weird because Sweet Insomnia is actually like dare I say like my least favorite track by him, and I mean it's mostly because of Black, but
it's because of Black, because Black's verse is lazy compared to.
But
Black is a nice contrast to Gallant.
No. I mean he's trash and Gallant is fire. So yeah.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
No, like. I like Black in theory, man, but he has to try, man. Like he doesn't try. He mails.
Here's the thing with me about Black. Black is a way better rapper than he is at this other shit. Like Black is a fire rapper. Like I've heard him freestyle and been like, dog, why aren't you just spitting constantly? But I get it. The shit that he makes.
Trying to hear that shit.
The shit that he makes sells, but that nigga can really rap. So I can't. I don't hate what he did on Sweet Insomnia, but I fucks with, D is saying she would suggest her after Celine. That might be a little more too abstract for Joe.
Yeah, because her it is.
Yeah, bro. Oh yeah, like I don't know. Probably like
Joe would probably like.
I'm a real basic bitch when it comes to like music, bro. Like I'm real simple, man. Like I love melodies and I don't mind like instruments and but it gotta make sense and it gotta flow to me, like that off the wall scatterbrain shit. Like, I'm not into, bro.
Yeah, like I said, I very rarely suggest him to people. Like I have to. Usually the only time that like I'll put someone onto him is if you're around me and it's on, and if you go, "What's this?" Then I'll go, "You like this? Okay, let me take you down a rabbit hole." But otherwise. I don't put people on because I know it's not everybody's bag, and it really is especially and Zebra is more abstract than Ology, if you can believe that. Zebra is his very first project.
How many albums this nigga got?
He has 2 EPs and 2 albums. So Zebra is an EP, 2 albums. EP, and then Ology and Sweet Insomnia are the albums. So he kind of just became he entered into a weird space because he became this critical darling while at Warner. He almost had the same situation that Lupe had with Warner, where he came in as kind of this critical darling breath of fresh air that everyone loved, but the record sales weren't backing it up. So by the time his second album rolled around, Warner was like, nah, bro, we need more radio shit to back up the money we done spent on you. And he's like, nigga, that's not me.
Fair enough.
I don't do that. Like, but Waiting Gold got him a Grammy nomination. Like, Ology was nominated for Best R&B Album. So he...
Waiting Gold, the song?
Yes,
or is this an album?
Waiting Gold, the song.
Yeah,
no,
that shit is
people
dirt.
love Waiting Gold.
Giving away Grammys now. What? I shouldn't even asked about that. I'm sorry. That shit is ass.
Come on, man. Call me anxious, call me broke, but I can't lift this on my own.
I'm not talking about
throughout
this whole album. I'm not talking about his lyrics. I'm not talking about his singing. That's immaculate. The melodies, the sonically, that shit is dirt. And like, all right, I'll say this. If it was just like all vocals, like fuck an instrumental, just give me an all vocal tape. This should be fire. But if you give me the instrumentals, that shit is goofy. Like it's too all over the place.
Joe, you'll like Sweet Insomnia way better.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna disagree with Ronnie and say go right to Sweet Insomnia. Like I think you'll fuck with right off the bat Sharpest Edges, Crimes.
But see,
Sweet
Sharpest
Insomnia.
Edges.
I'm gonna do what Ronnie said.
Give
me Neptune.
I'm about to say typically AJ and I agree, but let's start light with Neptune. Start light with Neptune.
Knowing Joe like I know Joe. Knowing Joe like I know Joe. Joe gonna be like, nah, nigga, that shit ass. Nigga, that shit trash, nigga.
I mean, it's only up from here. So yeah.
Exactly.
And I say that because even Gallant stated that Neptune is more Ology inspired than Sweet Insomnia was. Sweet Insomnia was a complete turn for him. But
sonically, because think about Dynamite and just how like mellow and just like one note it is. Like I feel like
but then you get to a song like Scars, which is like taking you 14 different directions. It's like it shouldn't sound like it sounds at all.
Scars sounds like a So Def like R&B track from like.
Ooh.
No, it really does. Like with no.
But like lyrically, but like vocally, it's doing something. Like it starts off sounding like almost it should be like in an emo punk type space.
But then when the drums kick in,
so Def R&B groove, like it just it moves you around.
So Def. Now, first of all, my bad. My bad. I thought JD had the remix. My bad.
That is why I'm saying but I do think there's some shit you'll like on Neptune. Like I think you'll fuck with Comeback. I think the Third Eye Blind. I think you'll fuck with Chemical Romance. Maybe Julie you might like, but I think there's more shit on Sweet Insomnia that you'll fuck with because. Sonically, production wise, it's basic and stripped down, especially coming off of Ology. Like it's a complete 180 from that shit sonically.
Yeah, man. Let's hope because the Grammys they need to be shut down after that. They just literally they handing out participation trophies if you're gonna give me a Grammy for Way to Go.
Man.
Come on, dog.
We talk about track number 7, right? Waiting Gold from this one. That shit buns. Oh, y'all crazy.
Hey,
he got a Grammy for that?
No, he got a Grammy nomination.
He was nominated for one.
He got a Grammy nomination.
Okay, my bad. I misheard. Okay, my bad, Grammys. I ain't mean to disrespect y'all like that. Thank you for doing the right thing and not letting him win.
Joe, have you read what's on the screen?
My bad. And he absolutely looked like Wee Baby. Come on. Oh,
she was a cop.
and she wasn't dead either.
Yeah, I might cut that shit on now after this.
Joe, you gonna have to come on here eating.
Don't look at my father.
You gonna have to come on here eating a roast beef sandwich one day.
Yeah, eating
relax.
Relax. Extra horseradish.
Beef sandwich.
Relax.
Hey, another pit beef. I copy.
Hey, feed my fish. Feed my fish.
Bro, I felt the same. I felt the same angst as old boy because I thought he was about to get smoked.
Oh man, that was like one of the
Oh, my
tensest
God.
moments. He was like, "Yeah, just feed him twice a day."
Hey,
Yeah.
twice a day. You know, he was all calm and shit. I'm just like, oh,
I thought he was out of here.
Oh man. All right. Do we have anything else to talk about? I thought for a second about getting into the battles tomorrow, but then I ain't.
So I feel like before we go, I feel like we gotta bring back Slurms McKenzie, man. We just gotta acknowledge that.
Yo,
We gotta acknowledge
My man Slurms. I forgot all about it. There's so much shit that happened this week. I forgot about, and this is perfect because we got two Boston Celtics fans on right now.
bro. Let my man's rock, bro. Let him rock.
Hold on, man. Matter of fact. Damn, I can't change my name this late in the game. Yeah, man.
But no, man, the pain in this man's eyes, like he looked like he was being held hostage.
Like
he was
like, no. When I woke up and seen that tweet that said Paul Pierce out here looking like Slurms
McKenzie.
I legit, like, that's the first thing I saw when I woke up, just checking my phone, and I see Paul Pierce out here looking like Slurms McKenzie. And I just went and searched Paul Pierce and see the picture.
No, I cackled, man.
I was on the floor.
I can't. Y'all gotta let my
Like
man
Slurms,
live, bro.
my niggas Slurms. Come on, man.
Hey, y'all better show the truth some respect. Y'all better show the truth some respect. Fuck that.
That nigga Slurm. That nigga Paul Pierce looks so dead inside, bruh.
Bruh. Don't put that on the screen. Dog, if anyone wasn't a fan of the truth before, you have to be a fan now, bro. Like, you have to.
I think he won a lot of people over. They was like, "Oh, I didn't know Paul Pierce was a real nigga like this." Because
bruh,
I'm still just tripping about how the fact that he looks so dead and and then Monica. That nigga was yelling for Monica like Ja Rule in the Fast and the Furious.
Talk about it.
No, Monica. You can make a lot of money tonight, Monica.
Bruh.
You should be in LA, Monica, while another stripper rubbing his back and a chick in the back twerking.
Like, who was he talking to? Like, bro, fam.
We need a 30 for 30 on that alone.
No, we do, man.
Yeah, bro. Hey, look, like I said, well, at least like I always say in the group chat, bro. I hate Paul Pierce, the commentator, so I'm glad he got fired. But the truth is a Hall of Famer, first ballot, bruh. And this solidifies it if it didn't before. So, y'all, hey, bruh, put some respect on the Hall of Famer, bro.
I'm more genuinely concerned about the fact that man was in a house full of strippers and weed and looked dead inside.
like there was no soul behind those eyes.
You just saw a little more soul phase from that man's eyes.
God.
like by the time the video with Monica's rolling around, it's like this nigga don't want to be there.
Oh shit!
Like he don't want to be like, bruh. That I think that Draymond trash talk just did something to his soul.
Yeah. Like he went soul searching after he heard they don't love you like that.
They don't love you like that. You chasing that farewell tour.
Hey, nah, he had to show Draymond, hey, they do love me like that.
They do.
No, they don't. Because if they did, Monica would have been there. They wouldn't have had to beg for Monica to come on IG Live.
She was on the way.
If Monica loved him like that.
She got stopped at the airport, bro.
Listen. As he was yelling for Monica, the words of Draymond was echoing his ear. They don't love you like that.
They don't love you like that.
hey, for just for the truth, fuck Draymond Green, bro.
Oh shit, that nigga's forever Slurms McKenzie, bro. I will never see Paul Pierce and not think of Slurms McKenzie, bro.
Give my man his respect, bro. That's the truth.
Monica.
Oh shit. Oh, my fucking ribs hurt.
Oh man. Yeah, nah, bro. He first ballot. Let him in.
No,
First
like
ballot.
for real, you can't take that from him. Like the truth is, we're the first ballot Hall of Fame. Like let's keep it real. So.
Unless we find out that he had to get carried out in a wheelchair during that finals game because he shit on himself.
I mean, like that's like the worst kept secret. We all know that. Like we know.
Yeah, bro. Bro, that's his flu game.
Yeah.
No.
Are you not gonna let me get that off?
No.
He got off after he came out though.
No, you're not getting off that's his flu game that he had to get carried off because he shit on himself.
You gotta let me get that off, bro. Yeah. Oh shit. What?
Come on, man.
Oh man, looked like he was waiting on his dad to come on the porch and he never came.
Dog.
Man, dad just going out for cigarettes. He be back.
Bro, yeah, man. Shouts to my nigga Slurms, man. Finna get a quarter
Shout
of a
out to
million.
Slurms, man.
That's the truth, bro. Relax.
A show with Slippers. Nah, man, that nigga Slurms from now on. Slurms Pierce. Paul McKenzie. Party on contest winners.
AJ, relax. I'll pull up. Relax.
Oh shit.
Oh.
All right, man. We ain't going 4 hours like we did the other couple weekends ago. Joe's first episode.
My bad on that.
That wasn't your fault. Oh shit. All right. Well, shouts to Fee for calling in from work again. We should be back next week. I don't know what the fuck we'll talk about. We'll get some more wild.
We'll have something. Yeah.
And if nothing else, we can always get Joe to wax poetic on why Krillin is the best Dragon Ball Z character.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm stepping out the paint.
Give me my episode, bro. Give me my episode. That's all I ask. I'm telling you, I will be able to convince 60% of the universe that Krillin is fucking dope, bro. Easy.
All right. Well, make sure to check out thekidswearcrowns.com. Follow us on Twitter at the KWC blog. Joe's Honesty is Key podcast is coming soon. Make sure you check that out. And yeah, I'm gonna go watch the Black Canary and the Summer Soldier.
Come on, bruh.
Till next time. One.